वासुदेवेन्द्र योगीन्द्रं नत्वा ज्ञानप्रदं गुरुं मुमुक्षूणां हितार्थाय तत्त्वबोधो विधीयते। ब्रह्म एव अहम् अस्मि इति अपरोक्षज्ञानेन निखिल कर्मबन्ध विनिर्मुक्तः स्यात्. In the last class we have been discussing that we need to have aparoksha jnana, not paroksha, not pratyaksha. In order to have this aparoksha jnana, I hope you understand what does the aparoksha mean, because I cannot give translation every time. So here, in order to have aparoksha jnana, we have discussed that you need Vedanta Vakya and again Guru, that too Sadguru. Now there is a issue. Before going to this karma, okay, I understand, but in spite of that, there are many cases that Vedanta teaching is there, and let us say Sadguru is also there, but aparoksha jnana doesn't happen, means the person is not able to understand. We can look at it in various ways. Number one, suppose the teacher is Sadguru, let us say the teacher is a teacher, because there is nothing called bad teacher, okay? Or we say good, better, best. So never say, oh, my teacher is bad. So if you say your teacher is bad, that means something is wrong with you. So it is your imposition, your projection. So teacher at no time is bad. Good, better, best. So we say very carefully that if we want to really very carefully put it, we put it three categories of teacher in short. The first category we say as Brahmanistha. I am going to very cream. So Brahmanistha means the one who is committed to the teaching, means the one who is a wise person. Let us assume. Let us give benefit of doubt. The one who is committed to the teaching, committed to the knowledge, who is abiding with the totality, the Brahman. In short, who is a wise person, with disclaimer, giving benefit of doubt. We call that sort of teacher as good teacher, because they may be wise, or that person may be wise, but he cannot make others wise. Whatever he will talk will create confusion. That's why you can see all these wise people, whoever, till present days, you will see all the fools hang around them and glorifying that teacher, that person. And finally, that person becomes Bhagavan, that person becomes the God. That is how new gods are created. And if that momentum takes place, suppose few people come together, slowly a momentum takes place, a new religion is being formed. So most of the cases, the new religion is being formed because of the good teacher. This is one category, definitely things will be misunderstood. Second category of the teacher, we say those who are better, those who are Shrotriya, may not be Brahmanistha. Means the one who has studied under the teacher for a length of time, and the person is having methodology of teaching, may not be committed to the teaching. just a mere Kshatriya, we put that person in second category. Generally, common people think, oh, Brahmanishta is the first category, sorry, the last category, the best. The Jnani is the best. No, sorry. Because Jnani maybe intentionally will not confuse anybody, but whatever that person will talk, definitely will create confusion. You can see there are hundreds of examples. And especially if you go to the internet, YouTube and whatnot, only you will find out all these confusing gurus. Whether they are Brahmanishta is not, that is another question mark, okay? Let us give benefit of doubt. Even if they are Brahmanishta, still remember, if you come across a Kshatriya, better to go to a Kshatriya guru than just a Brahmanishta. You have to be very careful, or else life is a mess. But people market with the word Brahmanishta, means the wise. My teacher is a wise person, my teacher is an enlightened person, my teacher is a, Jnani. So that they attract people. Yes, fantastic. My teacher is Jnani, this person is Jnani, fantastic. But did he study under a teacher systematically? Has he got any methodology of teaching with him? He creates his methodology of teaching. You understand? What he talks, that is called, methodology of teaching. Please, that's not accepted. Means that person will create confusion. That fellow must be rebellious, number one. Must be rebellious. And he has not solved his psychological problem. Maybe because of his prarabdha, somehow he managed. But somewhere something is wrong seriously with him. That's why you can see, even if Lord Krishna, because recently Krishna Janmashtami went, even if he happens to be incarnation, he came for a purpose, very clear. That's why he went through tough time since the childhood. In fact, when he was in the womb, he went through tough time. Whole life he was going through tough time. Because he came for a purpose. Imagine, in spite of all these things, what happened? And he was aware of his life completely. He knew what is going to happen. In spite of that, he went to a teacher. He studied under a teacher. He should have said, okay, I am God, why should I study? Not necessary. He had to go. Sandipani. The Guru Sandipani, he had to go. He studied under him. However, so Kshatriya is more important. This because they are called better Guru. Of course, the best Guru is the one who is Kshatriya and Brahmanishta. The one who has studied under the teacher. There is methodology of teaching and committed to the teaching, committed to the knowledge. So if you come across a person who is Kshatriya and Brahmanishta, one should not miss this chance. Okay. The first category, as I told you, let us say the person is not a Brahmanishta. Just says that I am Brahmanishta, pretends that I am Brahmanishta. There are many cases. There what happens, you will discover not only fools will hang around him, also all the fools will be confused. That honesty will not be there. Always hypocrites will be hanging around. Remember. The one who pretends that I am Brahmanishta may not be Brahmanishta. Means the one who pretends that I am wise but may not be wise. But because of his or her prarabdha becomes very big, he has a huge follower. You will discover all the people, those who are following him, not only they will be confused, also they will be crook in highest order. They will be the most hypocrite people because they tell lie themselves and they do tell lie to others. That's why they make a such a, completely confined cocoon, protected group. Once you enter, you cannot come out. These are the clue I am just giving. Once you enter, you cannot come out from that cocoon. Unless and until your brain is completely destroyed, not brainwashed, okay? If they was, at least you can do something, okay? Unless and until the brain is completely destroyed. That's why one has to be very careful. Then he may say, okay, I understand everything. But suppose, let us say, I come across the best teacher, who is Kshatriya and a Brahmanishta, both. But what is the guarantee that I will get knowledge? That's a big question mark. I remember, Pujya Swami used to say very nicely. In fact, when he completes our course, very nicely he gave some information which is very internal information, which really has helped a lot. He said, look, now you see, when Swami Dayananda speaks, you will see like this. When Swami Dayananda speaks, there are thousands of people to listen to. And when you start going out, start teaching, you will discover there may not be one or two people. So definitely you will get frustrated. What is this? When Swamiji, Puja Swamiji talks, there are thousands of people, there is no place to stand. And when I want to talk, I am talking the same thing. But why there is nobody? Maybe one or two people to... Then he said, look, don't worry. Even if you get one person, please start teaching. Do you know why? He said very nicely. He said, look, when you see in the big lecture or big places, let us say average, let us say 1,000 people are there. You think all the 1,000 people are coming to listen to the teaching? Because Swami Dayananda speaks, already a brand, you understand? Not only that, many people come for networking. This is Swami's statement. Many people, because all highly influential people attend the classes. Like I am talking those days, like in Chennai, for example, one of the best place. Like those days to see a high court judge is very difficult. All the high court judges will be hanging around to look for a place. Sometimes they will stand, whole day they stand. Means whole class they will stand and watch and go back. In fact, one of the high court judges told he was invited to become a guest to inaugurate the talk. He said, yes, I am the same person every time I come to attend Puja Swamiji's talk. Because I come last, completing. And judges are known because of the vehicle, not because of the judge. Nobody recognizes judge, only because of the vehicle. But unfortunately, when I come here, vehicle has to be outside. So when I come as an ordinary person. What happens? I have to stand, somehow I will push somebody, manager, please give me little bit space so that I can listen to him. What I am trying to say is this is the truth, this is the reality. So now, he was saying, okay, coming back. So many people come for networking because such a big people are there, such many big people are there. Let me go there so that let me familiarize myself. You will see maximum of the people come for brand, networking and many other factors. Let me, and also some people come, I am close to Swamiji just to show off. They learn nothing. Just I am close to Swamiji. And of course you will discover, if I get 1 or 2% people, those who are seriously listening to the teaching, they have come for teaching, that means really I am happy. In fact, I only talk for those people. All other people just, is like, get together. Okay, makes a grandeur, nothing else. So that's why, make it very clear, that's why the point I brought it here. How you approach the teacher, that also matters. And you will be shocked and surprised to see, you can observe yourself. How you approach the teacher, accordingly the teaching will be reflected in you. And the way you have started approaching the teacher and continuing, please understand, the first day, just observe your method, your way of thinking. First day, how did you approach the teacher? What was your thought? And now also look at whether it is changing or not. And how much development has been taken place. That determines your growth and your response to the teaching. Or else remember, it will be just time pass. However, coming back to the point here very carefully, that's why if the teaching does not work, in spite of all these things, that means my approach towards the teacher is not adequate, is not sufficient, is not okay. I cannot use the word healthy. That's why then only the person will be free from all this samsara, nikhila karma bandham. Okay, that we have discussed. Finally, okay, I understand everything. Now let us say I am having everything. But what about my karma? Because we discussed, karma you cannot balance. Then if you balance, you need a monkey. And you know monkey what will do? We have discussed everything. So how to look at karma? Before going to say, there are three types of karma. We'll be seeing this thing. So one is called agami, sanchita and prarabdha. Agami, sanchita and prarabdha. There are three types of karma. So I'll just give the summary. First I'll summarize, then it becomes easier to understand to the text. This karma theory, remember, is exact like we say beautiful. There is a beautiful verse. The translation goes like this: that if you release, or if you see that 1,000 cows are grazing in one field, and you release 1,000 of calf at a time, they are calves, you will discover each calf will go to their own mother, not others. Even if all the cows are look alike, all the calves maybe look alike, remember, each calf will find out its own mother, will not mix up. Interesting, very amazing thing happens. This is a very small thing to understand. But in human being case, there will be confusion, don't worry. There will be severe confusion, okay? Knowingly or unknowingly, don't ask me. However, how a calf is able to find out mother without any confusion, so also the karma theory. Karma theory is as such will not get confused. No computing is required. No server is required. Nothing is required. But remember, it is continuing. One of the best accounting method is called karma theory. Means, in short, what you do, that you get. Or if you want to put in a very positive way, what you get, that you have done. Whether it's good or bad. Today, who you are and what you have, both. Because you have done earlier. Whether starting with your body, parent, education, life partner, children, house, power, position, including disease and difficulties. Everything that you have is because of your own karma. That karma comes back. Remember, God does not give anything to anybody. The Ishvara is part of universal law. So if you pray Ishvara, Ishvara will give you something. If you don't pray Ishvara, will put you in somewhere. It's not that. Because then that Ishvara will become another uncle. We are not interested. I am tired of my own uncle. Why to add another uncle in my life? So that is not Ishvara, God's job either. So here, all the karma is being put three categories. So agami, sanchita and prarabdha. So we can understand this through this banking system. So it will be little easier for to understand, so that we will go to the text. We have three types of accounts. One is we have current account. Second one we have saving account. Third one fixed deposit. So let us take these three accounts. So what is a current account? Generally companies, they do open. Okay, very few individuals open current account. But remember, here everybody opens current account. So what does the current account mean? So you keep spending. And of course, whatever little bit money comes out, because you know from current account you don't get any interest from the bank. Nowadays bank doesn't give interest. That's another thing altogether. Okay. Generally in current you don't get anything. So what you do, the system is as such, the moment little bit comes money, so goes to saving account. It gets spent in a good way or bad way. So then not only that, you can do overdraft. So when you do the overdraft, so bank says, yes, I have passed. Then you celebrate, wow, my draft is passed. Sometimes bank will call, sorry, you are overdraft, too much overdraft, we cannot pass. Then you become frustrated. So all these things happens with reference to current account. Now from that goes to saving account. Because your current account is as such, so much is coming. How it is coming, I'll let you know later on. Now what happens? Now you don't touch the saving account at all. So from current account, whatever extra, without your knowledge, because account is so heavy, so huge, without your knowledge, a package gets into the saving account. Both good way, bad way. Means you can say both interest, all confusion gets into the saving account. Now interestingly, saving account is huge. And remember, what is the saving account? Saving account is not in this life. There are uncountable lives you have lived. So all the karma is in the saving account, remember. So how big must be that computing system? And so far the computer has not crashed, okay? That's the beauty. No network failure, nothing. However, that's why every religion, they put one person who is guiding, whether in Hinduism system, Chitragupta, so in Christianity, Peter. That's why he is having the key, okay? Let us not get into that controversial situation. However, coming to the point here, now this from saving accounts, there are many, fixed deposit happens. And when the fixed deposit happens, especially towards end of the life, mainly, a particular fixed deposit happens. And that I made a mistake. A fixed deposit happens, but towards the end of the life, the fixed deposit gets matured. And that is another karma. Means the first one is called current account, called agami karma. The saving account is called sanchita karma. The fixed account getting matured is called prarabdha karma. And when it gets matured, this fixed deposit is so heavy, so huge money comes. And it's keep coming. Because every day gets matured or somewhere or other it happens. Now you do not know how to spend. Again that money gets into agami, the current account. Because directly you cannot, so you put in the current account. You understand what I am trying to say? The fixed comes to the current account. Again, current account goes to sanchita. I hope this is a cycle in banking system. Now let us look at, in keeping with that, let us look at the text. How our life moves. Karmani kati vidhani santi iti chet agami sanchita prarabdha vedena trividhani santi. So if you ask how many types of karma, so definitely there are 3 types of karma. And what are they? Agami, sanchita and prarabdha. So for your understanding, you can use current account, saving account where accumulated, prarabdha, fixed deposit getting matured. So these are 3 karmas. Okay, I understand. Now I would like to know what is agami karma. Agami karma ki ज्ञान उत्पत्ति अनंतरम ज्ञानी देह कृतम पुण्य पाप रूपम कर्म यत् अस्ति तत् आगामी इति अविधीयते. Very interestingly, here the author starts the agami karma with reference to a jnani, with reference to a wise person. But what about ajnanis? What about common people? You can ask the question. So you can ask, what about us? What about me? Don't worry. We can change it little bit carefully here. Let us look at the first text, then we'll change it. He says, Jnana Utpatti Anantaram. After the knowledge is there, after the dawn of the knowledge, Jnana Utpatti Anantaram. Once the person has understood the truth, then what happens? After that, what happens? Jnani Deha Krutam. Jnani does not do. Whatever body does, whatever it happens through the body, because the body being instrument, we'll see a lot of things in this. Jnani Deha Krutam. Punya Papa Rupam Karma, which is in the form of Punyam and also in the form of Papam. That karma, whatever is asti exists, that is called agami. Sometimes we call as kriyamana karma. Now, what about us? Here, instead of jnana utpatti, we can say the moment we have taken birth. From that time onwards, or if you want to use the word best way, instead of birth, you can use the word the moment the ego, the individuality is born. That is more safe. So sometimes we take from the birth, sometimes also we take the moment the individuality is being born. Because that's why when the child does some mistake, child does something without the ego, without any understanding, a child is not being punished. The child doesn't incur papa punya. In fact, we call the child is the God's gift. In fact, is God. Only when the ego gets in, then all these things happens. So that's why he says beautifully, that means whatever from your birth means as your ego became stronger, so whatever you do, that is called your current account. So you keep working and everything comes. And how long this current account will continue? As long as account holder is there. We will be discussing in details, of course, tomorrow. Today we cannot. Time is going. Then not only that, he says, here he says beautifully, all this karma can be in two forms, papam and punyam. So what is papam, what is punyam? Which nicely says, in short, that Ashtadasa Puraneshu, Vyasa says very nicely, Ashtadasa Puraneshu, Vyasasya Vachana Duyam. In 18 Puranas, the great epics which Vyasa wrote, the essence of it, what? Paropakaraya Punyam, Parapidanam Papamiti. So when you do something to help others, to do something good for others, with your attitude, of course, that is called punya. Whereas when you do something to put others in problem and to take care of yourself, because deep within, without your knowledge or with your knowledge, to take care of yourself, you put others in difficulties, in troubles. Means you hurt them. In order to protect yourself, in order to take care of yourself, in order to present yourself. So that is called parapidanam. That can have your knowledge without your knowledge. So that is called papam. So here he says, a jnani also can do it. How is it possible? Jnani cannot do papam. Impossible. Punyam is okay. Understood. How can papam can happen? Yes, possible. How? Very simple thing, which we'll see later on. How? That's why culturally, all these sannyasis, especially those who belongs to mutt present day, those who head the mutts, what we call as them traditional orthodox sannyasis, during this Chaturmasya time, this is the Chaturmasya time, okay, the rainy season, so we have a ritual. They don't move anywhere. They stay in one place. The reason is why, being a rainy season, there will be lot of ants, lot of creatures all over. So if you start going, you and the group, definitely you will kill without your knowledge. You will step on them. Many things will happen. So to avoid that, they don't go anywhere. That's why the Chaturmasya Vratam is being done. Now suppose a wise person starts walking, an ant comes in and ant dies. Definitely there is some papa. You cannot say, no, it is punyam, because I died. You know, the ant will say, no, I died under the feet of a wise person. Yes, maybe that ant may think, but definitely some papa has to come to whom? The wise. There is no choice, because karma theory. Remember, you cannot exchange, you cannot push anywhere. That's why you can see beautifully, the best example I can tell you, when Rama killed Ravana, even though he was a devil, the best, he had a Brahmahatya dosham. He incurred a papam. That is called Brahmahatya, the most important one. And he had to go through. There was no choice for him. Lord Krishna, I will give you the beautiful example. That's why you cannot say, in the way they present that merciless and all this, it's not like that. All are karma theory. Even if you, suppose for example, if you are killed by somebody, it is your prarabdha, you must have done something wrong in your previous life. Suppose if you look at in any relationship, somebody cheated you, somebody did this thing, that thing to you, means it must have some prarabdha. You must have done something in your previous lives. That's why it comes. The best example is Lord Krishna. Towards the end, Lord Krishna was being killed by arrow. And why and how? Because he did some mistake. So because he did some mistake, that's why that person had to wait for life to kill, because this is called karma theory. Nobody can escape. So that's why whatever is happening to you, please understand, is completely done by you. You are just seeing the unfoldment of your own karma. Because of lack of maturity, this is the most thing, that's why I started my class today from that angle. Because of the lack of maturity, you react with reference to the karma phala that gets unfolded in front of you. That's why when you start reacting, whatever happens to you, that means you have lack of maturity. And how to look at this? Don't worry. We will see tomorrow while handling the word Sanchita Karma. Please close your eyes. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamadachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.